I'm back. Part 2. Things have changed, as usual. So, originally, first video, I was sanding down some shoulder pads and just chatting through my ideas for my build. Well, I've improved my ideas. Moved on. So, originally my knee pads were red. They're not anymore, they are blue. So, the idea is, the concept has moved on. The idea is now I am going to have a heavily inspired kit, and it will be inspired by one of my favourite Star Wars characters, which is Ahsoka Tano. What? How can you have a Jedi and a Mandalorian build? You can't. By the rules. So my idea is inspired. Maybe my Mandalorian is an ex-clone trooper. A few years have moved on and he somehow got drawn into Mandalorian culture. He became a foundling. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to do. So my colour schemes are now going to go to blue, white and orange. No orange yet. Still thinking about that. So current progress is my knees have now gone blue with lots of wear. I've kept some of the reds just to show that it has been painted many colours over its lifetime. That's on purpose. I like that. What you'll see with my build is I'm big on grunge and dirt, and I'm not big on clean and shiny and perfect. I don't really like that. The one aesthetic in Star Wars I've always loved is stuff is dirty. You know, there's oil and grime and all sorts. So what I've done with the knees, all this has been hand painted, by the way. I haven't got any spray cans at the moment, and it was all done with acrylics and lots of drying and lots of putting paint on rags, rubbing it, drying it with a heat gun, putting on another layer, etc., and building it up bit by bit. I really like the effects you can achieve. You know, I've got this dark and light dapple going on. It looks like it's had some life, it's in some action. That's what I'm going for. Like my first kit was basically utter filth. It was dirty, it was dented, it got blaster marks, it got cuts and gouges. I'm going to go in that direction at least. So here I am. I'm really loving where this is going. So I also thought, well, since these are knee pads, you might kneel down a lot, and that's took the paint off. So to achieve that shine, that wear and tear, maybe it's Beskar. I don't know if my Mandalorian can afford Beskar. What I did was I took a rag and I took my rub and buff. If you're not familiar with rub and buff and you're building anything with metallic, get some. It's great stuff. Little tube, costs quite a lot of money. I've had this about 2 years and it's still going strong. So you put a tiny weeny little bit on your rag, and let's use this shoulder here. Maybe there's some wear here that's down to bare metal. So with that little splodge on your rag, just gently rub it into whatever shape or form you're looking for. Now the beauty of it is a little bit goes a long way, and here's the best bit. If you move on to a cleaner area of the rag, if you gently rub it, it starts to really shine. That's the buff part of rub and buff. It's excellent. You get this fantastic metallic shine in virtually no time with virtually no effort. And if you've already sprayed and painted, it'll blend quite nicely as well. Now you can put loads on and you can get really great effects. I'm just going to fill that entire corner in now. This wasn't planned, and again, part of my build tends to be no planning. I'll have a great idea at the start, I'll change that idea 10 times, and then I'll start building and painting, and then I'll keep changing it as I go. So here we go. But what you can then see is it really shines. Now what I've got to do is shape it in, otherwise it'll just look like a big silver blob on my armour. So I'll sort of shape it around that maybe. And as I move my finger on the cloth, I'm using clean sides and the buff sides, if you like, the rub and buff sides. And I'm just rubbing it in like this. And it's just brilliant stuff. It also comes in different colours and finishes. I've got this one. This is, I don't know, this is Silver Leaf. That's like pretty much their standard. I've also got another one, which I don't use very often, which is Ebony. It's black. And that's really good on blasters and weaponry, because it rubs black, obviously, but it does have a metallic edge to it. So there you go, you see, you can get metallic effects in no time at all. I'm going to have to do some blending to get to where I want, but I wanted to show you that's one of the techniques I've been using, is rub and buff. It's fantastic stuff. Brilliant. I wish I was endorsed by Rub and Buff. There you go. So I've got some wear and tear, and as I said, I'm heavily inspired by Ahsoka Tano on this one. So blue is one base colour, orange is going to be used heavily on some of the other plates, I'm not sure where, and there's going to be white. So these white stripes basically are representing her white and blue head tails, what are they called? I can't remember, it's Leku if they are Twi'lek. I'm not sure about her species, but anyway, I've incorporated those. The big deal part of it is on the helmet, it will have her face markings. Here we go. I haven't got a helmet yet, but they will go down and across the face of the helmet. That's a definite. And my idea was to have a fairly neutral coloured helmet, maybe lots of silver, and then splodge orange all over it, like it's just been splattered on in haste, and then put her markings over it. We'll see where we go. I'm having a nightmare with my 3D printer at the moment, so I haven't even started building a helmet. At least got that. I completely destroyed my printer the other day. I broke the hot end, and I don't know how. It got completely clogged up, and it was beyond fixing, so I've replaced the hot end yesterday. I've been doing some tests today. It's printing. Maybe the next time I have an episode it will have something to show. So anyway, that's where I'm at. We've moved on. We've got some really cool shine techniques. I've started adding bits of wear and tear with, this is silver acrylic paint, so it looks like the paint has been chipped off and scratched. It's taken some battering and some action. Definitely a big fan of damage. And then I've got that shiny bit there. I'm going to blend that into the blue as well, just to make it look like it's authentic and built in. Again, lots of scratch paint marks with silver acrylic on here. Really enjoying this rough and ready effect that I've got. I promise if I wanted to do shiny kits I could. I just choose not to because Star Wars is dirty. So that's where I'm at. Next episode, maybe I'll progress this. This was off the printer the other day. It failed at about 5%. Utter failure. But somehow I managed to recover it on the printer, and I should have left it actually, because at that stage I may as well have stopped and moved on, but I was feeling brave, so I kept going, and I have one gauntlet. I'm hoping to have two eventually. Lots to do on this. I've glued it back together using, I think in America they call it barge cement, we call it contact adhesive, and I've put some Bondo on just to sort of stick it hard, and I've started putting my Bondo on, and then I'll rub that back and get a nice clean finish. This one I'm thinking might be orange. I don't know. Let's find out what happens. Who knows? Crazy, I know. See you guys.